I think a lot of times we can just sit and look at our kids, and it can really tell us a lot about practice, and we can learn lessons from our kids. Because I know recently I've been faced with some things that I felt like I physically and mentally couldn't do. I just felt like I couldn't. But I just had to push forward, and I was able to accomplish those goals. And I think about, like with Jonah with his swim lessons, which I talked about it last week. And I think about the progression of how they even do the swim lessons. And it's like, he has the tube. Well, it's not a tube, it's a noodle that he swims with. And you're practicing how to swim. You're practicing how to kick your feet, how to move your arms through the water. And then everything is working to get to that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything is working towards that goal. And then, like last week, she started working with him on how to float and like how to position himself for the backstroke.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So it's like even the little things he's been learning is like step by step by step by step. And I can see it. He hasn't started swimming yet, but I can see it happening.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it builds his confidence every time. Each time he has the swim lesson, it's building the confidence.
Yeah.
And I can see the fear of going underwater. I can see that slowly leaving.
Yeah.
Each time we go.
Yeah.
And his confidence is building each time.
Yeah. And you made me think about something else when you were talking about that. So the last practice before we went to the regional track meet, my son, Israel, he had to practice while everybody else was doing other things. And mind you, he's the only one on the team that does the high jump, right? For this year.
Yeah.
This year, he's the only person that's doing the high jump. And the coach made him practice so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they were out there till about 9 o'clock, still practicing. It's getting dark, and they were still practicing every single time. And there's a certain way you're supposed to have your approach in the high jump, and there's a certain way that you're supposed to do the flop, where you're supposed to kind of roll your back or whatever and all that. And when I tell you that I was so proud to see him compete in the high jump during the regional track meet this past weekend, because his form, I could tell a difference in his form, and that was because of all that practice. And I was able to tell him, afterwards, I was like, hey, look, man, you did an awesome job, and you should have seen your form, and your form was exactly where it needs to be. Now, between now and the time we go to Junior Olympics, you're going to continue to work on your form. And who knows, you get down there, the goal is to PR when you get down there, and you may end up, getting the medal down there, and that'll be great. And it's always, and I'm already kind of planting seeds for next year. Hey, and next year, you're going to come back, you can come back stronger, faster. And the goal is to even do better than you did next year, And so it's like you said, those little things, they build confidence. That practicing is going to build confidence, right? So that when you're in the game situation, you know what to do. Like you said, when you practice so much, it's one of those things where, okay, I've seen this before. I know what to do. I know how to handle this situation.